Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It is the 12th of September. NFL first weekend has concluded or is about to conclude with the Denver Broncos taking on the Seattle Seahawks at this moment in the building. Producer James running the engineering and the man in the DF dub. Huge win for the Arkansas Razorback. Dungeon and doom and gloom for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm really excited to see what he has to say about that tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Live from AT&T Stadium last night. Wes Washington, how you living, sir?
I'm doing good from Saturday.
You know what? You put a lot of negative energy into the air about the Dallas Cowboys over the offseason. There was much hope for them to go ahead and take advantage of a newly crowned NFC East champion or NFC East divisional champion last year, 2021. Just as years have passed and often repeats itself, there will no longer be a consecutive NFC East divisional champion out of the NFC East due to the fact that Dak Prescott has exited surgery. There are rumors, nothing has been confirmed yet, that a screw and a plate have been inserted into his broken thumb to repair that breakage. Big news breaking out of there. Wes, you can answer this question. Maybe you know better than I do, but I've never heard of a starting quarterback coming back from a screw and a plate inserted into their broken thumb and being 100%. Therefore, in my conclusion, I would have to say Dak Prescott is now and confirmed damaged good. Wes, stay to your left for me, sir. Stay to your left. Your nose is in the logo, my friend. Your nose don't be. I want your nose in the logo. I want to see you.
Well, I can't see it.
I know. We're getting there.
Okay.
You can blame James.
I always blame James.
We know.
Man, who had hope?
I had hope. Everybody had hope. You had hope.
Ooh, I didn't have no hope.
Yes, you did. You know good and well, hell, you had hope.
I didn't have no hope. Have I not been saying this the whole time?
Right, but what I'm saying is that you were talking about a healthy Dak Prescott, and now it's a damaged Dak Prescott, and now he's gone.
I mean, has my mic been off for the last month?
Yeah, for sure.
I've been telling y'all this team is trash. I told you Dak was trash. Did I not say that?
Well, Dak is a good quarterback when he's healthy.
Well, okay, I didn't say he was trash, but I said he's not good.
Right, yes, you have.
I said Jalen Hurts was better.
I disagree.
Did you see what Jalen Hurts did?
I did. Did you see the three? Did you see the two number one receivers that Jalen Hurts has? And I got to ask. Hey, here's another question. Here's another question. How many times do they have to come back?
Patrick Mahomes lose?
One, and he gained Marquez Valdez.
No, he lost more than one.
He got one back. MVS.
But hey, even Aaron Rodgers did a good job. It's just the guys were dropping the ball.
He don't have any. He don't have any receivers. We'll get to that point right now. But let's stay with the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott.
Dak. But no, I'm just saying, Dak. He's not it, dude. He's just not it. And that team is not it. The offensive coordinator, he's not it. The head coach, he's not it.
100%.
And it is going to be Russ Sledden. I told you they were terrible. I told you they were going to be terrible. Now, did I know they were going to be that terrible and waste everybody's time and money? Jerry, you need to hand out refunds, buddy. That was disgusting that we had to watch and that people paid so much money to go see and so much time. You're talking about people to go. You playing a Sunday night game. You stay out there. You don't get home until almost midnight. You got to get up, take care of kids and all this kind of stuff to waste your time to go see that.
Hey, we got a question for you, Wes, real quick.
It's disgusting.
I got a question. If you knew they were been so bad and you've been talking about how bad they were going to be all preseason, why'd you go to the game?
It's part of my job. My boss is done. He said.
But that's another thing I wanted to hear about. So y'all all went to the game.
Yeah. So
okay.
I drove my boss.
I got you.
My boss, his dad, him and his dad go in on season tickets.
Gotcha.
And then because I drive, they get me in. But last night my boss was like, "Dude, I'm done. I'll sell my tickets. We're not going, because think about it. Instead of going out there and wasting your time, we can watch it down the street. And if it's terrible, we can leave and be home within, 5 minutes.
Right.
That game was terrible, but we still had to wait almost 2.5 hours just to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So, why waste your time with stuff like that, dude? That's terrible.
Last night we were able to have a conversation via video chat, and you were out there. Shout out to Chris. He was out there with you as well. And you got to talk to a couple of the fans. And I want to know, I remember you spoke to one specific fan who came from a very long distance, and I want to let you take over and talk about that story.
Dude drove, ridiculous amount of miles. I want to say thousands of miles.
20 hours, I heard.
Yeah, I think it was 20 hours to come see the Dallas Cowboys against Tom Brady, expecting this big-time historical event, and got bumpkus. Got nothing from the Cowboys. That's heartbreaking.
What was that? What was that one descriptive word that he called that performance by Dallas? Starts with a T.
Did he not say terrible?
No, I thought he said that was just a trash performance by the Dallas Cowboys.
Terrible. Trash. It was sad. I know a lot of people are going to put it on Dak, but CeeDee Lamb didn't show up.
Nope.
If anybody showed up, it's Micah Parsons. Of course. You kind of feel sorry for this dude.
You have to.
He's gonna have to. But you kind of feel that he's gonna be that type of dude that he's still gonna go out there every week and just try to do his best to try to win it. But dude, you just feel sorry for him because the rest of the team was just. Terrence Steele, 5 penalties.
Doesn't it sound like it's like the exact same production as last year? Undisciplined. The coach doesn't know when he's going to be calling the right plays. He wants to run the ball, establishes the line of scrimmage, and then after they get a fresh set of downs, we want to do 3 straight passing calls. It's like you were obviously productive with the run game, utilizing Tony Pollard when you had to, who looked a lot fresher than Ezekiel Elliott, because Ezekiel basically went MIA after the second half until the fourth quarter when it was Zach got hurt. And now you have to rely on Cooper Crush. Going into this season, I told there was no QB2 option. And now there's an opportunity to sign. There's 2 guys I think Dallas should sign. And you can agree to disagree, and that's great. You need to go sign Jimmy Garoppolo, and you need to go sign Antonio Brown today. If you want to have a shot at a semi-mediocre season. Because without those 2 weapons, you are not going to have production. You're going to go 0-8 until Dak gets back, and then he has to go to Green Bay and face Aaron Rodgers in the end of October. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be a productive outlook for the Cowboys unless they go sign those 2 options.
Yeah, but who? I don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
Just because I know what our front office does. They don't. I don't know. That's definitely not going to happen.
It's the brain trust. The brain trust right now is extremely in question.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you about that, dude. Good luck doing something else.
Yeah, man. I'm really astonished on how. I heard a report today where Jerry went and gave the press the update about Dak needing to have surgery. And then the next report was that Jerry was storming off to his jet. And it's like, Jerry, you put all your chips in with Dak Prescott. And you traded away Cooper, which Cooper wasn't number one. He wasn't great. He wasn't excelling, but at least he could catch balls that were late or thrown behind him. And CD apparently cannot do that. We saw it last night on the show or on the game.
Hey, hold on, man. I think somebody's at the door.
All right, man. All right.
Well, keep going.
No, it's just as good, man. James, I know you didn't have I know your team didn't fare well either, but for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm sure you were watching it. Your lady is a Cowboys fan. It's just, you kind of think to yourself, how troublesome. Where do they go from here? it's kind of a tough road to hoe now that you have basically he shouldn't even be signed. I think Cooper Rush doesn't deserve to be in the NFL, in my opinion. Will Grier is going to be competing for that number 2 position as well. What the hell was that? Hey, Wes, are you all right?
Yeah, man. Somebody came by, dude. He's tripping. I'm gonna try to get rid of him real quick.
All right, man. Be safe, dude. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know. But additionally, I hoped out there there's not going to be anything. Oh, my. Ladies and gentlemen, Damon Irving is in the building. Damon. Whoa. Damon, give us your thoughts, man. What are you doing, man?
First of all, I gotta get rid of this black dude. He's too much of a wuss.
Who are you talking about,
Jerry's
Wes?
doing this thing out there. I get off Jerry's back. Cooper Rush is gonna come in. The Cowboys are gonna make a comeback, and y'all are gonna be sitting there looking stupid.
Cooper Rush only had a victory against Minnesota. He can't do it all year. He can't do it.
Come on, man. You got to believe in the star.
No. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go that far.
Hey. What's up, James? How you been doing, buddy?
Uh-oh.
Mama told me not to talk to strangers.
He's not that much of a stranger.
Relax, James. Relax.
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
Oh, man. Relax, buddy. But hey, come on, man. I got to believe in Jerry Jones and what he does. This is the master. This is the man that created this. They got to make a comeback. Cooper Rush is ready to go. And you suckers got to believe in him. But I got to tell you, man, seriously, I got to do some upgrades around here. This studio's terrible.
Well, you did have a
chandelier.
You did have a chandelier the last time we spoke to you. What's going on? What happened to your buddy's accommodations?
I'm used to hanging out with my cousin. I'm over here. This stuff is terrible. It smells like skunk in here. What is wrong with this dude? I had to lock him in the closet. Something wrong with him.
What did you put? You put scope on him? It smells like scope?
Nah, it smells like skunk in here. I don't know what he's been doing.
Oh, my goodness.
Last time I smelled this smell, I was at Michael Irvin's house with Dion.
Oh, well, isn't that your cousin, Michael?
Yeah, I'm about to head over there.
Oh,
Jerry's
gosh.
bringing over something tasty, and I'm bringing over something to get wasted.
Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Damon Irvin has made an appearance once again. Damon.
We're going down on Monday night.
No.
Hey, only guy I respect on this show is that Papa Romeo guy. But I heard his son's a real idiot.
Well, to each their own. We appreciate you making an appearance. I see you representing for your cousin. Damon, take it easy. Be safe out there. Oh, my goodness. I hope that guy doesn't come back again. Last time he was here, it was ridiculous. Wes, come out of the closet, bro. Come on, man. I hope he didn't tie him up. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into a break. 7:52.
Seriously.
Wes!
Oh, my God.
Are you all right?
Man,
Wes.
I hate that dude.
Wes.
I don't even know how he gets in. We
Dude.
have a gated security.
Bro, maybe your neighbor needs to try to call somebody or something.
That's probably where it was at.
Oh,
That's probably where it was
yeah.
at. That's who let him in, I guarantee.
That's who let him in.
They in
Yep.
cahoots. He probably hidden that.
I hope not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7:52. Give us a few minutes. We'll get out of here. We'll get a recap of the NFL when we get back. Papa Romeo may be making an appearance. Do a little recap of college football. Appreciate everybody watching. Carla, Lucky. We'll see y'all in the comments. We'll get back to it. Big win for the Bears. We'll be back. Paul Rodriguez Show, back at it. Before we get too far, lots of rumors out there. There's going to be some coaches on the hot seat. Big college football weekend. We'll recap the NFL towards the end of the show. We'll definitely talk about the Chicago Bears victory, surprising losses through the end of. Was that you?
Oh no, I don't think so.
I don't know who that was because on this end it's muted. All right. No, I think it's. Do you hear anything now? No, I don't know where the audio came from. Where's Damon, dude? Where's Damon's audio coming from?
I don't know.
Is he hacking our system, bro? God, dog. Can't believe it. Before we get too far into it, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in Papa Romeo, who was recently doing a recap of the Texas State Bobcats victory over Florida International University. Papa Romeo, welcome to the show. How was the game this past Saturday?
Greetings, everybody. Hola, todos mis amigos. The game was actually pretty fun for a change because they won. So I was very happy as a season ticket holder and Bobcat Club member. I was very happy.
Excellent. What's your biggest takeaway? How well did the Bobcats perform from their previous football games that you've been able to watch, either televised or in person?
Well, it was night and day from the last game in Nevada. I mean, you know, on paper at the end of the game, it looked good. I mean, their total offense was 452. They were averaging 6.2 yards. It's a little misleading because they scored 20 in the first half, kind of quick, and then the game seemed to go into a lull, and then they opened it up in the fourth quarter. That quarterback transferring from Arkansas State actually had some pretty decent throws. I was a little impressed with the way he did it, and of course they got a nice running back from Baytown. Calvin Hill. I think Wes would appreciate that name. Calvin Hill is his name, number 11. Did a really good job running.
Ex-Cowboy.
There you go, ex-Cowboy.
I see it.
Papa Romeo, we appreciate you coming in. Before we let you go, is there anything you'd like to leave the people with, or is there anybody who'd like to highlight from that game this past weekend?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about number 29. He's a backup cornerback. He's out of Ridgemont or Ridgepoint, I believe, in Missouri City area in Houston. And guy can just fly. Number 29 is Drake Jennings. Really good cornerback. I'm sorry, check that. Drake Johnson. That was Drake Johnson. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think if they're gonna compete, that is the Bobcats. If they're gonna compete, they need to let players like Drake Johnson get some snaps and get in there because he's actually fairly talented. I thought from the time I got to see him there.
Young DB, 6', 180, sub 4'4". Papa Romeo, we appreciate the insight. Lots of talent hopefully being developed at the Texas State Bobcats. We hope that the Bobcats can fare well this weekend against Baylor. 11 o'clock kick on FS1. Texas State will be in Waco to take on the Baylor Bears, who were coming off a huge loss to the BYU Cougars.
Yeah. Just one more thing before I go here. I didn't know I was going to follow Crazy Whistling Ray. You just did that interview with him, right? That's the old mascot for the old Dallas Cowboys in the 70s. Whistling Ray, was that him? Was that Charles Haley?
That may have been a culmination of both of those two characters. But Damon Irving is Damon. I don't know if Damon's here quite yet, but I think that was his one of his family members. But Damon may be coming later. But Whistling Ray, or anybody out there who's just going to be out there completely, trying to take on new ventures. We hope for the best, but
all right. Thank you for having me on. Eat 'em up, cats. Let's go, Bobcats.
All right, appreciate that, Papa Romeo. Back at it probably in a couple of weeks. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get to some college football. The bigger weekend this past weekend with the Texas A&M Aggies, the University of Texas Longhorns trying to pull out a big victory. We'll split those up. Both losses, but one looked a lot better than the previous one. And then we'll probably talk a little bit about the, Arkansas Razorbacks climbing up the ladder in the top 25 AP poll. I'm going to let you do that because apparently I'm not good at it. Let's begin with the University of Texas taking on the Alabama #1 Crimson Tide, who have fallen due to their slight victory over the Longhorns from 1 to 2 in the AP poll in the top 25. My takeaway from when that game was lost was when the field goal before half was not made. It was a pretty big, impactful play. To me, that could have been a turning point that put them along the road to victory. There was another questionable call in the end zone for Bryce Young. Could have been grounding, should have been grounding. It's your decision. You get to make that up as you go, but it was very questionable call to call a penalty, review it, and then not make the correct call. So with that being said, Bryce Young had a Bryce Young Heisman Trophy winning moment with pulling his team ahead to go on to victory, edging out the Texas Longhorns, who showed a tremendous improvement on defense. And I think hiring Gary Patterson may be the best move that Steve Sarkisian has done for the Longhorns. That defense was fast. They were aggressive. They could tackle in space. They just came up a little bit short. If they do make that huge stop and put Bryce Young on the ground for a sack, the game is over and the Longhorns probably win. The lower body strength carried him through. That's the tried and true training of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Texas is dangerous. I've been saying Texas is going to be scary this year. I like them to win the Big 12. If they can go through and play this way through the entire rest of the season, they will be in the Final Four, possibly having a rematch with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Wes, what is your takeaway so far from that game you saw? You can laugh all you want to, man, but they gave the Alabama Crimson Tide everything they could handle.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Yes, they gave them a tough game, but I don't see this continuing. I think they're going to lose one of their next 2 games. Go ahead and mark me down. I don't know which one, but they're going to lose one of their next 2 games. I just don't see the quarterback play going to be able to get them through. I don't see the offense being good enough to make them that good.
Who's their starting quarterback?
The starting quarterback is going to be what's his name? Oh wait.
It's Hudson
Is
Card.
It's going to be Malik now?
No, it's going to be Hudson Card. Hudson Card's going to play. I think he was limping. I think he'll be fine.
He was still hobbling, though, wasn't he?
He still finished the game.
Well, he's hobbling. I'm just saying, is he going to be ready to go? Because, dude, I think UTSA and Texas Tech are no joke.
UTSA is not what we thought they were. They are not as good. They could not stop the passing game of Army, who's a running team, much less a slot T running team. At second, and then third of all, Houston may be good, but Texas Tech was able to go ahead and pull out the victory in overtime, and it took 3 overtimes for Houston to beat UTSA. Therefore, I'm kind of just doing deductive reasoning with those 2 games coming up. I think it's going to be rough. UTSA comes to Austin, Texas goes to Lubbock. Man, I don't see how Texas, if they play the way they played, they should be routes. It should be embarrassing.
No, I think you're going to have a little bit of a hangover. I think they got up for this game. I think if this was a primetime game, I don't think Texas is even close to Alabama. I think it was Alabama didn't really – I don't think they took this serious. So
Alabama was completely unprepared for the aggressiveness that Texas was coming with, especially on defense. I don't think they were – I think that they believed that Texas would come in or they would go into Texas and they would slap Texas around and Texas slap back. And I think that's the biggest problem right now.
Well, I just think UTSA was overlooking Army. Who worries about Army? And I think they were looking forward to this Texas game. I think UTSA is going to get up for this game. And I think Tech is going to get up for this game. So
Tech will. I agree. Tech will.
I think Texas. I think they're butthurt now, and especially. I know the fans are still crying about it. So hopefully the coaches can get the players. Put this Alabama game behind them, and then they can go out and figure a way to win. But then still, if Carr is not healthy, I don't think they should think that just because he's, 70%, 60%, that he's good enough to go out against UTSA and beat them. I think he's got to be healthy to go out and beat UTSA.
Even with that said, the third string quarterback right now is Charles Wright, who was originally committed to Iowa State. Charles Wright is a fantastic quarterback out of Austin High, local representation. He's a local kid. It's going to be the guy. He's going to be the guy that's going to be able to take them, if they need to be, into a victory over UTSA. And then I think Hudson will come back sooner than later.
So I thought it was a Malik guy in there somewhere.
Yeah, Malik's redshirting right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard a lot of fans talking about that. They think that would be the better person to go with than.
I bet you he'll dress. I bet you he'll dress. But if there's any kind of problems that would arise, I don't think they would really need to utilize. He only gets four opportunities to play during the year. Do you really want to waste them early so he doesn't lose his red shirt? I wouldn't think to do that.
I mean, why are you worried about his red shirt? You got old boy coming in next year.
You want to have? Don't you want to have insurance policies for your quarterbacks? If you're a University of Texas, it would be smart to. Arch Manning's not. Arch Manning's not playing next year, dude, at all. He's not going to play.
Why would he come to Texas if he's not going to play?
Because he's going to probably make. He's probably going to be he'll make tens of millions of dollars at Texas.
Dude, I just that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
So did Peyton sit his freshman year?
No, I don't think so.
Did Eli?
No, but you're saying that to say that the redshirt rules are the same that they are now that they weren't previously. Just because Arch comes in and gets redshirted, he can still play in 4 games.
So
keep that in mind.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, do you think, like, maybe Archie? Did Archie sit?
Bro, I'm not that old. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know.
Okay. I don't see. You're talking about a Manning.
I get it.
I don't see him wanting to sit for a year.
Anyways, I'm not worried about Arch. We'll talk about Arch plenty enough as it is when that time comes.
Okay,
we want to focus on how well Texas played against the number 1 team in the land. And they played so well, that team dropped in the AP top 25 for whatever it is.
It don't matter.
Maybe.
Rankings don't matter.
Maybe.
Right now. No, because you got to think about it. Those 2 teams, they stay 1 and 2. It don't matter because they're going to collide, right?
Possibly, but I don't think they're going to collide until the SEC championship game.
If you're 1 or 2, it don't matter, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
between
Georgia
Georgia and Alabama, if they stay 1 and 2, it don't matter. Why? Because they're going to collide. Whoever wins that game, which would be the SEC championship, right?
Well, it depends. It depends. If Arkansas beats Alabama, you're telling me that Arkansas is better than Texas?
I'm saying.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about that because right now, Arkansas is the best team in the SEC West outside of Alabama. No.
Pump the brakes, son.
Is Arkansas
man.
Did Arkansas lose this past weekend?
Dude,
Did Arkansas lose? Yes or no?
Arkansas still has to play A&M.
Did A&M lose to Appalachian State?
They did lose.
Yes.
Appalachian State is not a bad team.
I agree 100%.
I kind of think A&M, these kids are young. They do this. They overlook teams. You're looking at, Appalachian State. Who cares? They got Miami and Arkansas rolling in right now, and they're like, Appalachian State, who cares?
Now you want to lessen the expectations for your Razorbacks so that you don't go in and if you get absolutely demolished, you can say, "Well, I didn't say." Why are you lowering the expectations?
No, dude, I'm not hyping it up.
You should be talking about how well Arkansas is playing right now with KJ Jefferson and Coach Smith leading the way.
And Arkansas, you know what they need to worry about right now? Missouri State.
Bro, Missouri State's one double A. Give me a break.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does. You want to know why? You want to know why it doesn't matter?
Scott Frost.
Because that's
Scott Frost.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know where Georgia Southern is? Do you know what conference Georgia Southern is? Do you know what conference Marshall is in? Do you know what conference Appalachian State is in?
Exactly.
The Sun Belt. And you know what? They beat Notre Dame. They beat Nebraska, and they beat Texas A&M.
So worry about Missouri State.
Missouri
Arkansas.
State
Like,
is
worry.
in Missouri State is in the sub D1 conference, bro. They're not
Don't
even in
matter.
it does matter. It does matter. It's
matter.
a different athlete, and you know it. You're
Hey,
just
you
trying
got-
to
you
limit
got-
expectations.
No,
You should be
you got-
ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed.
Dude, everybody's human, man. You know, everybody's human.
No.
Everybody puts
No.
on their pants one leg at a time.
No, man. I'm sorry. You know that's total nonsense. I could go
Hey,
find. I
that's
could go
the way you
find.
look at it.
I could go find a guy who's 30 and who's 6'6", and I could go find a guy who's 30 in the NBA who is riding the bench, and that dude who's riding the bench is going to dominate the 30-year-old 6'6" player. You know
Dude.
there's a difference.
No. But I'm telling you, you don't look at it that way. Every game, you look at it as like, hey, that's a human being right there. At any time they can do greatness. So, you know, you're not unbeatable. You're not, you know, you're human. You can
No.
make mistakes. So you got to go into every game thinking we could get beat today if we don't play our best. If we
Winners
bullshit,
winners
we
do
can
not
get beat today.
winners do not entertain doubt. Winners entertain dominance. Champions do not entertain doubt. They go
No.
in and they prepare and they train and they compete and they sharpen their skills. So when they go into a competition, they know they will implement their will on another opponent. That's just how it is.
But I'm saying you go to every opponent thinking about that. You don't go
No.
thinking about the next opponent. You take every opponent serious.
Yes, that's true.
Anybody
but there's a
across from you,
difference.
you take them serious.
There's a difference if you have two teams coming in who are going to be mentally prepared equally, right? But the difference is one team doesn't have the athletic ability as another team. And that athletic ability doesn't have the nutrition that university has or the facilities that university has. There's a huge world of difference. And you
you have
know
to take
it.
everybody serious, Paul.
I'm not
Hey,
taking you
if I went
serious
out
right now.
if I went out right now and James is like, hey, Wes, I'm going to challenge you to a game of basketball.
Yeah.
I can't be like, it's just James, you know. We don't have to take it that serious because I know that I'm going to beat him. Dude, James could just have this ultimate just energy. He's just ready to go and just find something and makes, you know, I could just be having a bad day. And that collides and dude, and you have an upset.
Are you a competitor, Wes? Are you competitive?
I am a competitor.
Okay.
That's why when I go to play James, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna destroy him.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna take him serious.
Right.
So you got to take every opponent serious. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Okay. So that's not the way you made it sound. You made it sound like
Yeah, I did.
all you have to do is not worry about losing.
No, you take every
Okay.
opponent serious.
I'm glad you see it the same way I do. I'm glad. That makes me feel a lot better.
So that's all I'm saying is, you can't overlook anybody.
If you were to play James one-on-one, would you entertain the doubt that he could beat you?
No.
Exactly, because you're a winner, and that's what winners do. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to the Texas A&M Aggies, who totally got smacked in the mouth this past weekend by the Appalachian State. Are they the Mountaineers? I can't remember off the top of my head.
But did you see the when they were running the streets? How awesome was that?
That was stupid. I thought that was stupid. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
It's Appalachian State keep being A&M.
So what?
What other victories do they have?
Michigan,
gonna play for
number
national
5,
championship.
Michigan. And when they beat number 5 Michigan, they were 1 AA.
That was 10 years ago.
It
or
doesn't
more.
matter.
So what I'm saying is, they're not going to play for a national championship. That was it right there.
Sure.
That is it.
Sure.
So enjoy it. You're little Appalachian State, man. Let them stop it, man. Let them have it.
Bro, you are sucking up so hard right now to these like audacious takes. It's ridiculous.
Dude, you telling me Texas State plays A&M
Yep.
and they win.
Okay.
You saying you wouldn't love for San Marcos to go crazy?
No, because they would get arrested. The cops would be like, "All right, go ahead. Watch what happens when y'all act crazy."
And you were just Debbie Downer.
Okay.
Hit me.
Now, if you're
What-
doing, now
what's
if
up
you're
with you
if you're partying if you're having a tailgate at the university and you're watching on screens and if you want to party at the tailgate, by all means, Get rowdy. Get lit. Get where you need to go. But partying and breaking shit in the streets.
Game.
My point exactly. You can't be breaking shit in the streets, my guy.
James, can you do me a favor? Can you go over there and hug Paul?
I don't need anything. I need y'all to get on.
You need something, dude. You need a hug. Maybe one of those magical cookies or something. I don't know, dude.
I'm high on
you need
Jesus.
love.
I'm high on Jesus.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, dude, you need some love.
No,
Go hug him, James.
No.
He needs a hug.
I don't need nothing from no dude.
Whoa.
At the end of the day, this is where things are going to be.
It could be a good thing.
All right. So the Texas A&M Aggies get embarrassed on national television. I think this tremendously hurts their opportunity to do anything for this year. And you just have to ask yourself right now, Jimbo Fisher needs to be on the hot seat. Somebody needs to do something to get him refocused, or you need to put Max Johnson in this and put Haynes King on the bench, because right now Haynes King cannot produce. He's too inconsistent. He can make 2 or 3 great throws, and then he falls off. I think he plays scared. He plays shy. He plays weak. And Max Johnson, who is the son of Brad Johnson, former NFL champion, with his brother on the team, I think needs to take over and take things over at the helm. Right now, Max Johnson played well at LSU last year. It's time to make a change in Aggie land.
Oh, bro. Hey, man. Dude, pump the brakes. Relax.
This isn't Green. This is not Green Bay.
They lost one.
This is not Green Bay.
They lost one game early. What happens if they run the table? Why can't they run the table? If they say they got the talent that they have, run the table. If they run the table, where they at?
No, you wouldn't. What's that?
If they run the table, where they at?
If they run the table and they beat everybody.
They run the table, where they at?
I don't know what the tiebreakers are.
If they run the table,
I see what you're saying. I don't know what the tiebreakers are for the SEC West.
It doesn't matter.
It should matter.
If they run the table,
right.
So that means they win the rest of their regular season games and they win the SEC championship.
But how do you're making an assumption they're going to go there? Like, if you have a 1-loss Bama and a 1-loss A&M, how do we know that they're going to, who goes? How do we know? I don't, is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know the tiebreakers.
No. You got to go with A&M. If A&M runs the table, they beat Arkansas, they beat Bama, they beat Ole Miss, they beat Mississippi State. If they run the table, I think they got to play Kentucky, don't they? Too? And Kentucky's pretty good.
Yeah, they beat Florida.
If they run the table, play in the conference championship, probably beat a Georgia team, why wouldn't they play for a national championship? Come on. So all you got to do, you tell your teams like, hey, we messed up here, but we moving on now. And all we got to do right now is go out and play Aggie football and just go out there and beat folks. Win the game. You play to win the game. And so just win it out.
So here's what would happen. This is the third for tiebreaker procedures for 2 teams. Head-to-head winner between the 2 teams tied. So you got to go the overall, if their overall record is the same, then you go to number 2. The records of the tied teams within the division. So same thing. 3, the records against the team within the division with the best overall divisional and non-divisional conference record and proceeding through the division. So then you would go to how many wins and losses in the division. That's the tiebreaker. So you're telling me A&M wins all their conference games, and then because they have they don't have any conference losses, they go. That logic makes sense if that's where we're at with it, because Appalachian State's non-conference. So then, yes, you would be right. Then they would be in the Final Four. I'm glad you know, man. I didn't. That's why I looked it up.
No, I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. So you can't say that it's over for A&M.
No, you're right. But Haynes King is not it. Haynes King is not it, bro. He's just not. I'm sorry. I've seen him play for 2 years. He's too small. He's too thin. And Max Johnson's
a quarterback that beat Bama.
Calzada. He's at Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm
All right.
saying. You need a different quarterback. Haynes King's not it for me.
Well, maybe Jimbo Fisher, he's got this under control. He sees something special in the
better.
kid. And he's just all right. We got to tweak some this, we got to tweak some that. So you can't count him out yet.
No. I'm not saying that they're done. What I'm saying is they need to make a change, and that change is Max Johnson.
They got to play Miami.
Yep.
If you beat a Miami ranked team, you're right back in. You're right back in it.
Yeah, but
Then they gotta play
what
Arkansas.
happens if you're down at half, and you're down at half to Miami team? Do you make the change to the next quarterback, second string quarterback?
Well, it depends on how down at half. Or I mean, if he's really doing that terrible, yeah, you got to look at the other guy.
Right.
But
And
if
that's my
he's
thing.
in the game, and he's made some plays, you got to kind of let him play it out.
You run that risk. You run that risk of going 0-2, 1-2 in the first 3 weeks.
Are you saying the kid hadn't made plays?
He's inconsistent.
He's got to learn who to get it to.
No, bro. They got dogs everywhere.
That's
It's
what I'm
him.
saying. He's gotta
He
learn-
can't.
No, they don't. I
He
don't know
cannot
everywhere.
make. Hold on, man. Hold on. He cannot make the throws consistently. That's the problem.
He's got to get it to that. Was it Octane number 6?
A chain.
Was it? Oh yeah, I call it Octane because
He's got it. He's got octane for
he
sure.
got that Octane, man. So I mean, just all right. Hey, come ask me this question after they play Miami. They beat Miami.
You have the luxury of hindsight in that terms. That's what I'm talking about. That's why if you're watching these
can't move as
games,
fast.
if you're watching these games, we can go ahead and have that conversation about the the intricacies of what's going on in that game.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying, yes, I have not seen him play. So this is my first time I'm going to get to actually see them play.
Gotcha.
I've seen the highlights or whatever. So I'm actually get to probably see them play against Miami.
Gotcha.
And then now I'll get a better judgment. And then that's when I think you make your judgment about Jimbo, and you make your judgment about the King dude. You give him at least the first half. If he looks that terrible in the first half against Miami,
Yeah. If it was
and
me,
you feel
I'm
and
making
you
the
feel-
change now. Because
Before the game
they're interchangeable. They're equally as talented.
before the game even starts.
Yeah. Because I took a loss.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. I don't care, man.
I just say
I'm here to win the game.
I feel like any day now I'm going to be replaced. You feel like that, James? James, you
Zoom
feel like that?
Zoom seems to think so.
Hey, Wes, speak for yourself, man.
Wow. Hey man, Wes, you ain't going to.
Sometimes I think James is gonna be on my side, then I let myself down. Figured he had my back there.
Hey, so it looks like Papa Romeo's with Wes. Papa Romeo said if the Bobcats beat A&M, he would go celebrate in San Marcos.
Dude, come on, yeah. When you think about this, when you don't know if you're gonna ever have another chance at this, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what I say to that?
I mean, the last time they did it was over 10 years ago.
And you know what I have
So
to
when
say?
are they gonna have
You know what I
another
have to say
chance?
about that, Wes? You know what I have to say about that? That's cat. That's cat. And if you don't know what cat means, that means I don't think that's the truth.
If you're Appalachian State, you don't know when you're gonna have another chance to beat a top 10 school at their place. And they don't get a lot of chances to do that. Come on, bro.
I'm going to look in the break to see how much Texas A&M paid Appalachian State to come play. What I do know is Marshall got paid $1.25 million. Yeah, $1.25 million to go beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame got paid Marshall $1.25 to get beat.
That's not as impressive. You know, Notre Dame.
$1 million. $1 million.
Notre Dame is so overrated.
They are, bro. 100%. Badly.
Every year.
Year in
That's
and year
why
out.
I hate preseason the polls, but I realize that that's what you got to. They have to do it because what else you gonna talk about?
Yeah.
But I just can't stand preseason polls. You're gonna have them regardless if they're not official or not. People are gonna rank teams. regardless what happens. But I just hate that it means so much into the season because a team like Notre Dame, a team like Texas, don't get butthurt, people, get a lot of benefit of the doubt and get ranked high, and then it benefits them toward the computers just like them. I guess that's what you say. The computer always likes Notre Dame. That's what they say.
Because there's a lot of money with that team.
Oh, yeah. But the broadcast is terrible. Have you watched the NBC broadcast?
Bro, I don't waste my time.
Exactly.
So Appalachian State plays Troy this coming weekend. When do they play another big team? Nope.
No, they don't play anybody else. That's it.
Texas State. Nope.
They might play somebody next year, dude, if that's what you're looking for.
I want to see if they're going to run the table because I think they are.
Yeah, they probably are.
Marshall's going to be a hard game for them.
Dude, Appalachian State's going to run the table.
So if they run the table, why not put them in the Final Four?
No.
Like Cincinnati last year. Why not?
Yeah, but look what happened.
Well, they beat the number 6 SEC team in the nation.
Hey, in a couple of years, yes, Appalachian State's in. This year, nah.
All right, I disagree. I think they got a shot, especially if there's a bunch of losses, which I think there will.
Of course
be.
you disagree. Of course you disagree.
I have to disagree.
You don't have to do nothing but
Clemson's gonna lose 2 games. Clemson will lose 2 games. Ohio State will lose a game.
Clemson's gonna lose 2 games because you don't like DJ.
Because they're gonna ride DJ, and DJ's gonna lead them to losses, and Cade's gonna come over and take the job.
Who in Clemson's schedule scares you?
Miami.
Miami. All right. Let's talk
North Carolina. They can't play defense. I give you that, but they can score points.
North Carolina?
They can't play defense, but they can score points.
All right. We'll talk in a couple of weeks when you'll be like,
I love how so like assertive he is. He's like, in 2 weeks, get back to me. I'm just like, all right, well, if you're here.
Oh, damn.
You'll be here. I just want to.
Hey, dude, you can't. I know you had a good time with what's his name? Damon Irvin, that lunatic.
You know that's your stepbrother.
I know you had a good time with him or whatever. First of all, that dude ain't got it all. Yeah. Okay. Next time he comes on, y'all need to call the police when he comes in.
Well, he's at your house. Maybe you need to call the police.
Yeah. So if y'all get any messages from that dude, not accept him if you're out there in the audience. That dude is out of here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
He knows where you live.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Exactly. There might be people watching me now just because that dude came by.
Probably. Sorry.
So, you know.
All right, give us a few minutes.
I know he's hanging out with a girl upstairs.
Jealous?
Hey, are you?
Why would I be jealous? I'm just saying neither one of them got it all. So, I mean, I be hearing weird things too, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes. We're taking a break. We'll be back. Give us a minute. Look at him. Welcome back to the show. Halftime of the Denver Broncos Seattle game. Seattle's leading 17-13. Geno Smith looks pretty hot right now. He's got one pick, but he's 17 of 18 with nearly 150 yards, throwing with 2 tuds. Russell, not so much. 10 of 15 for a little over 100 yards. I don't know.
People came out and shocked me this weekend. I tell you that.
Bro, I tell you what, there was like literally upsets all weekend. Let's get into it real quick. Justin Jefferson called in the weather to come in and basically go rainy and 60 the whole time. So they were able to pull out a victory over the San Francisco 49ers in an odd score. What was it, like 19-10? Something crazy like that. Other biggest takeaways for me was basically how well Patrick Mahomes was able to just light up the Arizona Cardinals. I thought that was a big takeaway for myself. Additionally, the Packers didn't look so great. The receiving corps was touched. It was here and go. To get in a little bit more about the Green Bay Packers resident Packers super fan, are you a certified minority owner of the Packers? Do you have like that certificate that says you got ownership, but you can't really say anything?
No.
You ever thought about getting that?
Yeah.
What would you if you had the money? Hold on, Wes. Would you if you had the money?
Yeah. Hey, it's my time, man. Shit.
No,
Chill. Damn.
I just said,
I'll say what?
Yeah, I have thought
one
about
of my
that.
buddies said, that's it. That's all I said.
Well, hold on, James. What did you say?
All I said was one of my friends did that deal where he bought like a tiny little bit of the thing, and he's one of those owners or whatever. That's all I said.
Did he like that thing?
I don't really. Nobody listens to him about it. He's just always talking about how he's gonna make decisions. He's not even a Packers fan, but he just found out he can do it.
Damn.
How does Jim Carrey? How does that?
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. Yeah. So
he's an Aggie, so you know how that goes.
Easy, bro. Easy. They're mourning right now. Take it easy. They're gonna be, it's gonna be them crazy for a while. But it is James's time. I want to hear about the Green Bay Packers. I really felt bad for Aaron Rodgers. I really did. Not that he's on my fantasy team or anything, but I was like, bro, this dude has no help, even from his offensive line. But A.J. Dillon looked good.
Yeah, he did.
Aaron Jones replaces Devontae Adams.
5 carries.
It's kind of what it looks like.
5 carries, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, did you see him like make all the yardage on his own?
Yeah.
Like he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, it's just so big he can fall for 6.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Frustration,
Easily.
obviously. I guess last year's start to the season kind of helps a little bit because
And the year before that.
they shit the bed first game of the season, and then they just finished, went on a roll. So, yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, but I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Like Sammy Watkins, way past his prime. Randall Cobb, way past his prime.
Drops a touchdown.
It's frustrating, but it's not surprising. You know what I mean? Like, who's this guy where they're like, oh, okay, let's go down. Like, hey, Devontae's got to make a play. He's not there no more. And then also, too, these they get putting up that graphic. They're just like, oh, Devontae Adams has this many yards. Packers wide receivers have these many yards. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Rubbing it in.
I don't give a fuck. That's
Man,
the
easy,
Raiders.
easy,
that's over
easy,
there.
Easy. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
At the same time, my biggest thing, my takeaway from that game was the scramble rules is where Aaron likes to, when the pocket collapses, Aaron gets on the edge. Mm-hmm. And so these receivers they don't have the experience to know if your route pre-snap is deep or if it's pre-snap underneath. Whenever scramble rules dictate, whoever's low goes high and whoever's high goes low. And like you just saw everybody like go to the middle of the field. And it's like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing in practice?
Yeah.
What were you doing to prepare? So it's either the coaches didn't have them ready or those receivers are just not experienced enough.
No, they're not. And it's frustrating, too. And you saw the look of frustration since kickoff on Aaron Rodgers' face. Like, every commercial break,
what do I have to do?
He's rolling his eyes. He's, taking off his chin strap. He's looking down. And they were talking about, the commentators were talking about, just the patience. Rodgers going to have to develop patience in dealing with these young wide receivers. But, I mean, dude, like, he wants to win now. You think he wants to hang around, and like wait to develop these guys 2 to 3 years down the road?
He doesn't have the time.
No, he does not.
So what? So here's your question: Is how, do you or do you not go get the one of two guys?
I thought that's what they were gonna do.
No OBJ,
I'm not even big on OBJ.
Antonio Brown.
I mean, they're kind of
know.
like,
They're
you know,
problems.
yeah. So, you know, I mean, if A-Rod had the characteristics of Antonio Brown, he would have took off his equipment and walked out at halftime. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I don't know, man. I thought they were going to go out and get a big wide receiver when Devontae left to replace Sammy Watkins. Come on, man. Come on. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
who's the go-to guy at the wide receiver position? You have two good backs, you know, but when you have to put the ball in the air, who are you throwing to? There's no clear answer. There's no answer right now.
I think the clear answer is Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Because that's the only one who's going to bring. He ran the ball in the third quarter, and he got up like trying to be somewhat of a linchpin, because I think he was just as frustrated too, because he's the leader. So he just got broken off. I think AJ Dillon can run the ball independently of Aaron Jones, and Aaron needs to play the slot, and Randall needs to go ahead and sit down. It's time. You can tell he didn't have any more. Wes.
Dude, can I say it?
Yep.
Can I say it?
Yep.
Relax. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers. In a couple of weeks, you'll be like, oh man, Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's gonna be MVP again. Look at this great receivers he has. Da, 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 da. Hey, Devontae Adams and then Carr.
Yep.
How they do? How they do?
Devontae did very well.
Did they win?
Doesn't matter. We're talking about players, not talking about teams.
We're talking about winning.
We're talking about the
Well, just calm
relationships of those
down.
teams. Yes, we are.
Hey, just calm down. He didn't do good enough to win the game. If Aaron Rodgers would have done better and won the game. Y'all just relax.
I think if Devontae was on the
Aaron
Packers,
Rodgers is gonna get with these dudes. He gonna give them the eye. You know, he probably maybe he'll take them and they'll probably have like a little outing or something. And he's like, hey, dudes,
Try this
I
ayahuasca.
can take y'all to the promised land. I can hype y'all up. Y'all can probably get a better contract once you leave here. Look what I did for Devontae. I did that. Now he's making this kind of money and stuff. So y'all just got to chill. I got to follow Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod, and relax.
okay, outside of Watson and Dobbs, who are all going to be there on rookie contracts for the next 4 years, who are you talking about?
Whoever wants
There's
to
the
go
owl.
and make some more money, whoever wants to get in that limelight.
Sammy Watkins is
with
past
A-Rod.
Sammy Watkins past his prime. Cobb is
Dude,
past
but
his prime. There's no one
But
else
he's
there.
Hey, he says to Sammy, come out here, bruh. Let's get this going. I may get you another year in the league if we do good. Huh?
Did they do
So what-
good? Did they do good?
Yo, he hadn't had to talk yet, man. Relax.
No, it looks different this year. It doesn't look the same.
Man, I don't understand why you keep ignoring me, Paul. And I'm pretty sure that most of the time I'm not like 98% right every time. So just you have to start.
Was he
learning to listen to
98%
me.
right on his picks this weekend?
No, I don't think so.
No, he wasn't. That's right.
No. That's because I have to make it interesting for y'all. I make picks just to mess with y'all. Just
Wes,
because I don't want to make y'all look bad.
Wes, you got to watch
Right
all the
there.
games. You got to watch all the games, bro. You got to watch all the games.
I watch all the games.
No, you don't.
You can't watch all the games.
I
You
do.
watch the highlights.
I
I got one TV, bro.
I have one
You can't
TV
watch all the
too.
games.
I have one television.
I watch the red zone, here and there.
That's the best thing to do, I would think, if you have it.
But I watch it. But I'm just telling you, this is. Why do you keep doubting Aaron Rodgers?
I'm not doubting Aaron
That's what I
Rodgers.
wanna know. Why do you keep doubting Aaron
I'm doubting a receiver who's 6'4" and who's running under the ball, and there's nobody within 5 yards of him, and he puts his hands up to catch the ball, and the ball goes right through his hands. That's what I'm doubting.
You can fix that.
Really?
You can
Really?
fix that.
How do you
can
fix it?
work on that.
Yeah.
They get out in the field and they work on that kind of stuff.
What were they doing in the
That's what-
preseason?
I'm just saying.
What were
You
they
know
doing?
Aaron
What were they
Rodgers.
doing in training camp,
know-
Wes?
Aaron ain't paying attention to them, man. He figures
It's
he
the
figures they're
receiver. It's the
professional. But now
receiver.
he's gonna-
It's the receiver who catches the ball. It's Aaron's job to throw it. It's the receiver's job to catch it.
Exactly, and they're gonna work on it, man.
Bro, you are.
Man, just you got
I
some
hope he's
skill,
right,
bro.
I hope you do too.
but with saying that, like, you know, when they're like, oh, he dropped the ball, and it's like, what do you expect? Like, going back to what I was saying, like, he's a freaking rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's coming out. Yeah, he's a pro wide receiver playing in the NFL. But, I mean, I wasn't surprised. It would have made a good impression, like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, here comes this guy. Things look promising. And who knows? Maybe it would have changed, you know, their attitude during the game and all that. They look beat by halftime, sitting there, you know, just moping. So who knows? But you can't be surprised. It's not Devontae out there. Devontae would have caught it.
Those drops only happen in preseason. You can accept it if it's in the preseason. If it's the regular season against a divisional opponent, it is unacceptable. This is a divisional game that is going to impact your seeding on where you go in the playoff. It's huge.
Yep.
Who's the guy that told y'all that Minnesota was gonna win?
Who did you pick?
Out of spite.
No, it wasn't. And I told y'all when I picked Minnesota, Minnesota's gonna win this game. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers, this is the way he kind of starts it off. He's gonna fill these dudes out. He's gonna tell them, he's like, hey guys, we got to get this going. Let's start working on this. Let's start doing this. Let's relax. I know y'all are in awe of me because I'm the great Aaron Rodgers, but I'm just a regular guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time.
There you go.
So y'all just relax.
Did you just hear that for the first time this past weekend? You said it twice already.
Wes, you picked Green Bay this weekend, bro.
He changed it.
Stop it.
He changed it the next day.
I picked
Remember?
Minnesota.
No, he picked Green Bay when we made the selections. I know he changed it the next day.
He changed it on the show.
Yeah. Because I told you it was a feeling. I told you what my feeling was. Come on, man. Stop acting like that, Paul.
We need to be concrete with these picks.
Yeah, it doesn't get no better next week. Well, I mean, I guess we got the Bears on Sunday Night Football, who played good, played well. Montgomery, solid game. Justin Fields, good game, and you know the mess that is Soldier Field.
Bear down.
It was like a swimming pool out there.
Home field advantage.
They have some new turf. Is that what it was, or like?
Bro, that much rain, that much saturation, probably draining is not the best.
They were literally squeegeeing the field.
Yeah, it's probably that's why they want to build a dome.
And watch. Aaron about to show out.
Yeah, I expect it.
Aaron about to show out now. Watch. I'm just see. Watch it. Go ahead, mark it down.
Is that your pick?
It doesn't matter. He's gonna change it the next day. It doesn't matter.
Oh, here you go, man. You a little butthurt about it.
No, bro. I just want you to be. I just want you to be like.
No, you a little butthurt.
We have to make a.
You know I'm right.
We have to make a graphic about it, and so I want you to be consistent. That's all.
Sometimes your feelings change day to day.
Then give
and
us.
when he asked me,
You give us your feelings while we're on the show, so we can't make the adjustment, right?
He asked me in the moment, and something just came over me and said, Minnesota.
Must have been.
Sometimes it happens. It's gonna happen more when we do this.
We're sticking. We are sticking with what you picked the day we do it. That's what we're sticking with.
Don't be like that, man.
I'm not.
Something is so butthurt, bro.
It just means, you know what it means? It's like, oh, I'm gonna like do my 11th hour research because I didn't do the research the day before.
Man, you just get feelings. You get different feelings. It's day to day. If you tell it,
It's day to day.
the day before, if we do it the day before, and then I hear something overnight.
Did you hear? Did you hear what he said? When I hear something overnight, what are you having? Like epiphanies? Or are you listening to some 11th hour? You're like up at night because you can't sleep, and you're like watching the 5th hour of ESPN Sports Center, and you just hear a little snippet.
Man.
I'm gonna change my answer.
Sometimes the bar is so it drops out of my hand. I go,
It would.
oh man, that team's gonna lose.
It would do that. That would be your thought process.
You know, things happen. Sometimes, you know, I may pop some popcorn. It might burn, and I'll be like, you know what? Somebody's gonna lose.
All right.
Sometimes it's just a feeling. Oh, hey, man, did y'all just notice this?
Yeah. What?
Is this the first time, or is this? Am I wrong? Paul is not wearing a hat.
Yeah, because I cut my hair.
All right. I can't really see it, but
It's all right. My headphones are on. It's probably why you can't see it.
All right, well, can you take your headphones off so we can see your haircut?
No. We're here to talk about like, not me. We're not here for me. We're here for you.
It's named the Paul Rodriguez Show.
Right. It's not about me. It's about you. Because Wes is right 98% of the time. That's what he said. Self-claimed.
100% of the time.
90% of the time.
I'm just, if you go back, you look at the film, it's true. I mean, the people out there know it. That's why they listen in.
Hey, turn that bottle around. No, they ain't paying no checks.
You can't even see it. All you see is my hand.
They know the label.
How do you see the label? You know the label, but you can't see it.
I saw the letters and the flower.
You didn't see no letters. My hand covers up the. Stop
See,
it.
that's when I drink water. I drink it like this. You see, it's the back of the label.
I'm gonna give you the back of the label.
We'll put you at the back of the label.
You know what happened at the back of the label.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I had a great weekend though, just sports in general.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I sat on my recliner all day, from 12 o'clock up until about 10 p.m. No lie.
Wonderful feeling, ain't it?
Yeah, had my eyes just right next to the recliner.
Okay, to Al Bundy.
Yeah, I didn't move. I was there like literally all day, and it was great.
That's cool.
And I don't regret 1 minute of it.
Wes, what about you, man? How was your football weekend?
I mean, it was great. It was awesome. College football was exciting with everything that went on with it, and the upsets and the almost upsets, and then the day of the NFL was great until you got to that trash that they put up Sunday night.
It was trash.
That's the blame of the Cowboys. You got a great game going right now on Monday night, and next Monday night we're playing a doubleheader. So I mean, dude, it's great to have college football back. Got some better matchups coming this week in college. And
what are those matchups? Who are those matchups, Wes?
We got to look at A&M Miami. That's going to be a matchup that we got to watch out for. I'm watching out for the Texas UTSA.
Dude,
because I think that's going to be I think that's going to be a game that you got to watch out for in Texas.
All right, you right now, I'm gonna tell you what the line is, and you just tell me what you think. Where'd it go? Went to the wrong week. All right, Texas. Does Texas cover 11?
No.
All right. You want to wager that? Because I think they do.
No.
That's because you're scared. That's right. Okay.
I mean, I'll take.
I'll give you UTSA. You want to take it straight up?
I'll take UTSA straight up.
All right, sounds great. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about the parameters afterwards. It's not going to be anything fiery, because I know you like the fire.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not putting it out there. I'm not putting it up there like that.
You got BYU, Oregon.
That's trash. That's a trash matchup right there. BYU's rolling, not even close.
Just pump the brakes.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this show up. Got to get out of here. 9:00 is our due date. We're 2 minutes out. You see how he's doing his 11th hour research while looking at his phone like right now? That's awesome, Wes. You're awesome, bro.
No, dude, I was looking at the other one. I was talking about my main ones. Whatever, dude. You look at your phone too for research. Don't even try that, dude. Why do you gotta be like that towards me?
Because you claim it so definitively. That's what I find funny.
I'm just saying, why you got to do that towards? You look up stuff too, man. Sorry, I forget things. I got a lot of things going on. I got people dropping by doing crazy stuff. You forget things, man.
No, you should.
I'm not a spring chicken.
You are. I was gonna call you my buddy's name, Wes. You're young, dude. You make this claim that you're old and you're not. You're young.
I'm old.
You want to know you're young? You can't be old. You can't be old.
I literally fall asleep 15 minutes after we finish the show.
Well, I know why you do. It's not because you're
tired.
old.
Oh, because I'm tired, man. I had a long day. I get up early.
You do get up early. I will say that. You do get up early.
My back is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
I have breast.
Doctor said you need a backiotomy.
Yeah, know,
Hey, what is
you get tired.
what is James? What is the NSAC for UFC?
Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Why are they investigating UFC 279 presser?
Because what happened was, I gotta go full cam for this one. So what happened was the press conference was on Thursday, which I was personally looking forward to all week long. Dana White comes out, hang on guys, we're having trouble. They bring out Holland and his opponent, Leach, forgot his full name, but
Does it have to do with the weight?
no.
Okay.
So what happened was prior to that, Holland and Hamzat got into it, talking mess, bunch of back and forth, this and that, and Hamzat like kicked him twice, like front kicked him like in the stomach. They got into it.
Like
Diaz,
off stage.
yeah, all backstage.
Oh wow.
The Diaz brothers show up and their whole crew. They see Hamzat and they're like, oh, you know, that's my opponent. Fuck that guy. So he chunks a water bottle at him. They start getting into it.
At Hamza.
So I'm watching the press conference and they're like, all right, we're gonna bring these two guys out. They bring Hamzat little card out, Diaz cards out, and then Dana comes out and he's like, this ain't happening, guys. We're shutting it down. So they stop the press conference. They shut it down. You know, there's for everyone's safety. Wouldn't be safe to bring these guys out
Right now.
And there was just like a brawl backstage basically.
So it had nothing to do with the weight. Did they already know? They had to have already known they weren't going to fight. Diaz and
That's what you got to
Hamzat.
think because there's all sorts of theories
So
as
is
to what
this?
happened.
So my question to you is this speculation that the weight was not the factor for them not fighting, but in fact it was because they had an altercation before the.
No, weight was definitely a factor. No, the altercation was just, I mean, you know, that always happens
just
all
happened
the
to
time.
happen.
Yeah. I mean, all of these guys, you got all these guys that are like, you know, everyone's a gangster.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
They're all warriors, like they have that
Yeah.
warrior mindset, so they're gonna go to fight.
Yeah. And then you throw the Diaz brothers in the mix, you know, and that's not going to be good. But it was just crazy. So Hamzat showed up. He came in 7.5 pounds overweight,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. He says the doctors told him at 4 a.m. to stop cutting weight because it was unhealthy. I don't know. Everyone's saying this. UFC had to have known.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they had to have known. It's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. There's got to be something else going on than they're telling everybody. Whether or not Hamzat showed up with the intentions not to fight Diaz, which looks like what went on. But then again, you know,
Wouldn't it be nice if there was some kind of like vlog that they could come out and show us or document? And you know, it's like, does UFC have like a vlog series, maybe called like, you know, Reloaded or something?
just embedded.
Oh, Embedded, that's what it's called. Maybe
Yeah.
Embedded should tell us, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. Well, they have the footage on there,
Oh, I
and then they
believe-
use
you're right.
they used the footage in the promotion that they had, but they had to, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not sold on the conspiracy that the UFC had this planned all along, simply because, like, you know, in the last minute they had to redo graphics, redo promos, and all of that. And you can tell that it was like on short notice because it was like it was like half-assed.
When is the presser?
It's on Thursday.
And we got notified that the fight was changing Thursday.
No, Friday around 12 was when the weigh-ins were, and Friday noon. And then that's whenever they were like, oh, he missed weight. What's going to happen now? Because,
But you're telling me that this altercation occurred at the presser Thursday.
yeah.
And then something happened Friday to where he missed weight.
Yeah, he got on the scale and he was 179.5 pounds.
But you also told me that a doctor told him the night before the fight.
Yeah, that didn't come out till Saturday, apparently.
But when would a fighter stop cutting weight? Up until the weigh-ins, right?
Yeah.
So that means that the doctor, after the to me, it sounds like the altercation occurred. Then because the altercation occurred, Nevada said they can't fight because there was an altercation. And then the doctor tells him to stop cutting weight.
Yeah, but the altercation was between Hamzat and Holland.
Yeah, but Nate threw a water bottle.
I know, but
that's assault.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about assault. Getting a helmet and swinging it at
Guys,
somebody
we're talking-
else.
We're,
all
talking,
right?
we're trying to talk about a line of events to build a timeline.
Hamzat kicked
so that
Holland in the stomach.
Right.
That right there is assault.
Right,
and
but-
then they
but
ended
the
up
fight-
fighting.
Listen, but the fight. Okay, so that I didn't. I
Yes,
didn't
they
know
ended
that.
up fighting. They fought
Okay,
each other.
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. So now that clears up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who knows? There's a bunch. In my opinion, this made the card a whole lot better. you know, Diaz and Ferguson is like a dream matchup for the fans. It happened about 5 years too late, but I mean, whatever. Diaz goes out a winner. You know,
Y'all are so defensive. Y'all are so defensive.
You ain't defensive, man, but you a hype, dog.
I mean, you're just contradicting yourself.
No, I didn't know.
You're almost being a hypocrite.
I didn't know the facts. That's why I was asking.
No, but for saying that throwing a water bottle at somebody is assault,
Right.
that's
why I asked
hypocritical
you.
for saying what we were talking about last week.
I guess y'all are not listening
So
to my
you're
end
not.
of
You're
it.
cutting me off.
I'm listening
You're
to what
cutting
I'm trying
me
to say.
off. Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm trying to build the point. I didn't know the facts. That's why I'm asking the question.
The fact is that you said throwing a water bottle at somebody is
Right.
assault.
Correct.
Okay, so swinging a helmet at somebody isn't?
I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to
Yes
say
or no?
is listen to my. I think maybe you're missing where I'm coming from on this. My question was, I'm trying to build a timeline. Are you listening or are you drinking?
There is no timeline. The fact of
go,
the matter is that he threw a water bottle at somebody, whether it was in the morning, whether it was at night, whether it was before he took a dump, whether it was after. It doesn't
Okay,
matter. He
so
threw
my-
a water bottle at somebody.
So my interpretation was the fight was between them at that time because Friday is when we were told there was a new fight, right? So I was trying to put the piece together. The fight was originally between Diaz and Khamzat. Okay. Then an altercation occurred between Khamzat and what's the other guy's name?
Kevin Holland.
The Kevin Holland. And then Diaz brothers saw the altercation, so Diaz threw a water bottle. Okay. I didn't know Khamzat would have to fight Holland. That's where I missed. That's where I didn't know. That's why I was asking the question. And the reason I put it together as far as assault was because I'm thinking in my mind, Nevada Commission said there's an assault charge. That's why they have to restructure the fights. But then you educated me and said that Khamzat would fight Holland. And then that's when I'm like, oh, now that I know that, it makes new sense.
So then it's not assault?
No, I think it's still assault.
I mean, you're the one that said it was assault. You're like, oh, he threw a water bottle. That's assault.
Right, because there's a governing body who's sanctioning the fight.
Regardless of who's governing what.
There's everybody has different rules.
So
is what I'm saying.
depending on who's governing what makes it assault?
I think so.
Okay. I guess that's where,
Yeah, we're gonna differ.
yeah. Okay, in your opinion, if there's nobody governing it, you throw a water bottle and hit somebody.
So there's anarchy. There's like no rules.
You're walking to, oh my God.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get a clear understanding.
Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
Are you
I'm
though?
done.
I don't think you are.
I'm done.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm done.
Fair enough.
I hate that term.
I know.
All right. So since that is it, go ahead, gentlemen. Let's get out of here. It's 9:08. I want to get us here at 9 so we can catch the second half of that game. Before we do it, James, look, Zoom's on point too. Before we get out of here, what we want to tell the people?
I want to tell the people that Aaron Donald should have been suspended.
Okay.
That's what I want to tell the people.
Wes.
I want to tell the people. What do I want to tell the people? Hey, just be happy football is back. I'm excited to still be doing the Paul Rodriguez show.
Are you?
Feels like we've been doing it for like a year now, right? So,
For you, yeah.
More than a year.
Yeah, with him, yeah.
I'm excited that we're still doing it, man. So, yeah, love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Yeah, and then y'all gonna dog each other when y'all are off the camera.
I'm not dogging anybody. Maybe James might, but I don't get down like that.
Oh, okay.
I got nothing but love for James and you, Paul.
I can hear it in your voice. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all watching. We're going to get out of here. We probably will not be back this week, but if we do, we'll send a notification. And as always, love yourself, love your neighbor. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all maybe this week, maybe next week. Until then, appreciate y'all.